broadcasting live 4 days a week worldwide
from the sunny beaches of Southern California.
This is ExtremeHealthRadio.com.
This is David Avocado Wolf of DavidWolf.com, and you are listening to Justin and Kate on Extreme Health Radio.
Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us on another show, another episode. I feel like it's been weeks and maybe months since we've been here.
I feel like that, too, very much so. I'm very glad to be back.
I know. Doesn't it feel like it's been a long time?
Yeah, I missed this.
I know, right?
Time is weird.
Time is weird.
It feels like it's either yesterday, or it's been years, you know? It's just, it doesn't ever seem what it truly is to me.
How long does it feel like since we've been behind the mic?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels, for me, it feels about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But it's really just been about a week, right?
Yeah.
Lots happened in our lives in a week, I'll tell you that.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, so thank you, everybody, for joining us. This is episode number 187, and it's a lot of fun to be back. We're so glad to be back with you guys. And this is episode 187, and it is a day before my birthday.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Tomorrow we are going to go celebrate you and have a good grass-fed or wild dinner, whatever.
Celebrate my nativity.
Here it is. Not divinity.
Yeah, my birth.
Yes.
And that should be fun. We're going to get some... What are we going to do? Get some wild salmon? Or we're going to get the wild...
I'm going to let you make this choice.
I get to choose.
Grass-fed burgers. Wherever you want to go tomorrow, it's on me.
Oh. I love it. All right, that sounds good. And what else is going on? This is, for reference, December 8th, 2013.
Correct.
One day before my birthday, and this is episode number 187. And what else is going on? Trying to figure out, if you would like to join the show, lots of different ways to do that. I forgot how to do a show, actually.
It's like, where are you going with this?
Yeah. If you'd like to join the show, lots of different ways to do that. You can go and listen live at extremehealthradio.com/live. Or you could email us, Justin at extremehealthradio.com.
Or Kate, Kate, at extremehealthradio.com.
And you can also Skype in and call in. If you like to use Skype, our ID is Extreme Health Radio. We take live calls on our Free For All Friday shows. And if you'd like to call in, you can use your cell phone. Although cell phones don't produce the best quality calls, but you can do that. 949-391... Wait, that's not right. 949-505-9585. Would you like to join the show?
You need to get back into the swing of things.
I know. I'm all screwed up.
I do too. I feel like I'm mellow, yellow.
I know, right? Mm-hmm. And if you would like to support us during the holiday season, love to have you do that through Amazon. Lots of great products on that site. If you're going to do any Christmas shopping or anything, really, it doesn't matter what you buy. And you can do that on Amazon, extremehealthradio.com/Amazon.
Yes, please keep us in mind for always, but especially the holiday season. It really keeps us going with the small commission we get from every purchase.
It does.
Yes.
It does. It's really good.
Yes.
And like I said, you don't have to buy anything health-related. You can buy anything you like. And the trick is remembering to do it and go through our link every time you make a purchase, because sometimes you're off doing your thing and you forget. But
sure.
I had to remind a couple friends to do that recently. So, yeah, that's a great way to support us. A lot of people are doing that, and we really appreciate you guys helping out and supporting us that way if you can't donate or anything like that. So it helps to keep the show free, and it helps it so that other people don't have to pay and all that. So it's a great way to support what we're doing here. And we had a lot go on this week, didn't we?
We had a lot going on, but all I'm thinking about at this very moment is the new ice cream I'm obsessed with. To be honest, I can't stop thinking about this coconut-based ice cream in our refrigerator right now.
Oh, isn't it amazing?
Every break, I'm going to go out and get a scoop of it.
There's only 2 breaks.
Oh, shoot.
Looks like you're going to have lots of scoops.
Looks like I'm going to have a brain freeze. What is it? Coconut Bliss?
Coconut Bliss, yeah.
Oh, man. If you guys haven't heard of them, check out Coconut Bliss ice cream. It's based out of coconut products, like I think there's coconut meat and water in a couple of them, but you would swear there is dairy in it. It tastes, it's amazing.
It's creamy and amazing.
Yes.
The only drawback is that it's not raw.
Right.
I prefer it to be raw, but it's organic and no dairy.
No soy.
No soy.
It's
no,
vegan.
No eggs, right?
No eggs.
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
We just about went through a whole container last night, didn't we?
Well, we bought one yesterday, and we went through it by this morning, and then I thought, I'm going to go get the Arctic mint flavor. And when I went there was, of course, 3 flavors that looked good, so I came home and stocked up the fridge. But they're like a little tiny, a pint size, maybe? Holy cow, though. Those are incredible. Trouble.
Galactic mint, isn't it?
What did I call it? Arctic? Oh, galactic.
A little different.
A little.
That's pretty good.
It's amazing. I just can't stop thinking about it. So.
Yeah, it's really cool because when you eat this way, there are options, especially in today's world with the paleo and with the raw food and how that's coming along and the vegan and paleo stuff. It's really cool because there's great options out there for people that want to eat healthy, and you would never know.
So not boring anymore. I think people thought it was so boring at the beginning or things didn't taste right. But you're right. I mean, you have a scoop of this. I don't know many people that would be able to tell there wasn't dairy in it. It tastes that creamy, and that the consistency is so right on. Same with some of those wraps we've been doing. I mean, they've come leaps and bounds. In how they taste, and technology and the food is getting better. I think
it is.
So
yeah, I love it. I love like there's some raw ice creams that are just phenomenal.
There are some raw phenomenal ice creams.
I've even seen people do raw, organic, vegan, what do you call those ice cream cones?
Ooh.
Well, I have no idea what they make those out of.
I've never heard of such a thing.
A raw vegan ice cream on a raw cone like that. It's all done in the dehydrator. And have you seen the video that Kombucha Mama has? I don't know if I've sent it to you.
Okay.
Where she does a root beer float.
No.
It's done with, I guess, raw vegan ice cream and with all these superfoods in it. And then it's, she does it in this kombucha that's got all this fizz, but she flavors it to be like root beer.
So she puts infuses it with root beer flavor?
Yeah. So actually she went to a restaurant, not a restaurant, like an ice cream parlor that serves this stuff.
Holy cow.
That's like a raw root beer float. Can you imagine?
I feel like she mentioned it when we had her on the show.
Yeah.
I think she talked about that, but we got to hook up with her. That would be amazing to try that out.
Yeah.
See what you can do.
You get your kombucha fizzing up and it's another world.
I love food.
Oh, man. So we had a pretty big week, didn't we?
We had a huge week.
We got back for those of you who don't know, we were gone for about a week. How long? Was it about 6 days?
6 days.
We flew and went to the Dayton Medical Center and in Miami, Florida.
Sunny Isles Beach.
Incredible place.
Yeah.
Incredible place. And we had a workup because we are going on a retreat with them. And it's going to be a cleansing retreat. That's going to happen next month.
Yes. So excited.
It's like a 12-day thing. And so what happens is that they're so thorough there. Like they're so particular and they're so, they want to know everything about you. So, we went for 3 days and they have
Actually,
4.
I think we stayed an extra day. 4 days.
Yeah, we stayed an extra day. And they do everything. They do blood tests. They took 17 vials of blood.
Yeah.
Surprised we're still alive.
Right? I think the ice cream replenished my body after that.
Well, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that made me a little nerve-wracked, but I got through that, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, they did the 17 vials of blood.
What else did they do? They have the far infrared sauna there.
We had acupuncture and cupping.
Acupuncture and cupping. And then we had an interview or about an hour-long workover with the director there, Dr.
Martin Dayton.
Dr. Dayton. And he's been in the holistic medical field, alternative medicine field for 40 years.
Yeah.
And so he went over lots of different things. He did some crazy testing with us.
Biofeedback testing?
Yeah, some dermal biofeedback, I think it's called, or something like that, where he puts these electrodes on your acupuncture points on your hands. That was crazy. Yeah,
and from that, I think I was gathering he can tell what it is your body can assimilate to, as far as they personally cocktail an IV to give you with certain vitamins and minerals. And I think they want to make sure that every person who's getting specific things, it really jives with their own makeup and their own body. And I think that's, he also tested us that way for a lot of homeopathic remedies, which you had quite a story with your back.
Oh yeah, I'll talk about that.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about this for many, many moons to come.
Yeah. So what is our website? DaytonMedical.com?
I believe so. Shoot, I should know that. Let me look it up.
I think it's DAYTON, DaytonMedical.com. But so we had this meeting with the doctor, and it was individual private meeting, and he does all kinds of body work on you and talks with you about your protocols and what your health history is and all this stuff. And then he tests you for certain homeopathic remedies to see if your body is compatible with these things.
Right.
And he asked me what was going on with me, and I told him my back was still an issue. And so he gave me... You
hurt your back, 6-8 months ago at the gym?
I think of February of 2013.
Okay,
yeah.
That was really bad.
It was really bad. I was doing bent over rows.
Yeah.
And my torso was not parallel to the ground. So I was bent at like a 45-degree angle, and I was lifting, I don't know, 180 pounds or something like that. And I just slipped a disc or something, and my back has never been the same since.
Yeah.
And so it was interesting. So the day before we had our acupuncture and cupping, and I actually had electrostimulation during the acupuncture. And you have a video of that.
Are you going to post the video?
I should post it.
That'd be great.
Yeah. So what happens is that they do all the acupuncture points in your back, and you have all kinds of needles, right? You're laying down.
Little porcupine style.
Little porcupine. And then he hooks up, I don't even know what it was because I couldn't see it.
There were I watched the whole thing. It was some sort of little electrode, little clips.
Little clips, yeah.
Yeah, with wires on them that basically went from an electric current machine and then connected to different acupuncture
the top of the pin of the needles, right?
I think he put them more on the lower part of the pin, but yeah, either way.
Wow.
Yeah, and then he turns it on, and you were the one who can tell me how it feels, because it looked pretty gnarly, but basically it stimulates those muscles to involuntarily contract,
twitch, and
I mean, it looks, you got to post a video because it looks funky.
It's funny,
and it hurt, right?
It hurt, yeah, because it's funny when you have the needles in you. If you're just doing traditional acupuncture, you can't really feel them.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you feel little jolts when he taps it in,
right?
But they're so thin and so small, you can't really feel them.
Exactly.
And so when he put them in, they were fine, and then he hooked the thing up fine, and then he said, okay, you should feel a little bit of a stimulation. So what happens is that every couple seconds, every second, it'll send a little shockwave into the needle. And it gradually goes up. So he says, okay, just tell me when it starts hurting. And, he's turning it up, and so every time it's twitching, it's hurting. And so I'm just thinking to myself, okay, well, I'm here, right? If I'm just a guy, more is better. I might as well, if I'm going to buy a blender, I'm not going to spend money on a cheapie. I'm going to get a $500 Vitamix.
Yeah. You go big or go home.
Yeah. You might as well.
Yeah.
With some things, I guess.
With some things, yes.
And so he does this. So, it starts, I feel it. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. It's going, and it's starting to hurt. It's starting to hurt. And I think, okay, I just take a deep breath. I try to, detach from my body, just pretend I'm not my body. And boom, I let it go, let it go, let it go. And then it starts getting really painful. So I thought, okay, I probably should say something. So I said something. Okay, and he stopped it there. And it was just really painful, but you get used to it. After a while, it was almost like I hallucinate, or
you went into an altered state or something?
Yeah, I went to an altered state. I didn't feel it after
a
while. And then...
Because that went on for about 40 minutes, I think.
That's really that long?
Yeah, no, honestly, half hour to 40 minutes.
I don't even remember.
I do, because I was like, holy cow, how long are they going to keep him in this torture chamber?
Yeah, for the first probably 5 minutes, it was hurting a lot.
Yeah.
And then for the middle part, I kind of went into that altered state.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't that bad, but...
No, but I know what you mean.
It's just like you kind of have to detach and pretend. You have to get into a mental thing and to endure a little bit of pain. And that's what happened then at the end. I was like, okay, I'm done with that. I can't go on like that anymore. This is like starting to really hurt.
Yeah.
But so we had that happen, and that was interesting. And I feel like that helped a lot. Mm-hmm. And prior to that, he did the cupping. Mm-hmm. And that was wild too. That was the second time I had that done.
That's the first time I had it, yeah.
We have some pictures of that.
Oh, we'll post that. I looked like a ninja turtle.
You look like a turtle, didn't you?
I know. Or a leopard. I don't know what I looked like. But.
Did you like it?
Yeah. No, I did. It's the same thing. Huh? You have to mentally get to a place where you kind of just block out the little... I mean, it's not painful, but you definitely did want to... Like Dr. Dandis, the doctor we worked with the most, who was saying how you kind of want to punch somebody at the beginning. Yeah. And then you're just somehow okay with it, and you kind of give in to it. And yeah, no, I'm really glad I did. I'm really glad I did it. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting thing to have happen to you. And then, so I did that. I did the cupping, and then the acupuncture. I'm sorry, the cupping, then the acupuncture, then the electrodermal stimulation. And then I thought, okay, that's going to really help my back, right? Right. And then the next day, I was so sore. Yeah, you were bumming. I was so sore. I was moving around in bed, and, anytime I would move my back, it just hurt. And so the next day is when we talked to Dr. Dayton. Mm-hmm. We had our consultation with him. Oh, right. And so that's when I told him what was going on with my back, because prior to the acupuncture and the cupping, it wasn't hurting. It was hurting a little bit, but it wasn't more like an annoyance. Right. It wasn't that bad. And then after that, I told Dr. Dayton, and he tested me for a bunch of different homeopathics. Uh-huh. And finally gave me one. And I took it that night, went to bed, woke up the next morning, and my back was almost completely new. It was, I still feel a little bit, but... No, compared. I mean, I was the one who heard you not complain about it, but mention it a few times, and then to have it go from that to, oh my gosh, I wouldn't even know I had a back problem was pretty intense. I know. It was incredible. That is incredible. That's just one of the miraculous stories that came out of that 4 days. Homeopathy is really fascinating. We spoke to, what is his name? Dr. Bruce Shelton. Mm-hmm. We'll put a link to his show, who's a homeopathic doctor, and he talks all about how homeopathy works, and many of you guys are familiar with how it works, but it's really powerful, and it doesn't seem like it's really that big a deal, but it's pretty amazing. Have you started yours yet? Yeah. I'm taking 2 little pills 3 times a day to help with my uterine fibroid. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it is cool. You put these little tiny, taste like little sugar pills underneath your tongue, and they just dissolve for people who haven't done homeopathy. That was my second time. I did it a couple of years ago when I was on a cleanse. But yeah. Wasn't it crazy too, the whole story of how we got there and the flights and... Oh my gosh. Wasn't that crazy? We took a standby flight, so we never knew if we were going to get on a plane or not. Right. And we knew we had to be, there for the start of the wellness retreat, so we couldn't mess around with time. Right. But we did. We made every single flight we were supposed to at the exact time we were supposed to, and then we show up at the airport. And the rental car, we all we wanted to get was to a Whole Foods to be able to stock up on some stuff for the kitchen in the hotel we had. Right, because we're flying from California to Florida, so we're losing 3 hours. Right. Yeah. So I asked the girls on the plane next to me, like, hey, do you guys know where Whole Foods is? And they said, oh, it's probably not one till Boca Raton. I'm thinking, no, there has to be one close. So we get off, we look on our GPS on the phone, and we Google Whole Foods, and it looks like, it might be like a 10, 12-minute drive. Remember, by the time before we even got off the plane, remember there was this huge delay soon as the plane, so we sat there. We sat on the plane for, 30 minutes? Yeah, for about 20 or 30 minutes, and we're thinking, oh, man. By the time we get the rental car, there's going to be no way we're going to make it to the Whole Foods, and we're starving. We're starving because we only packed a little bit of food, and we're just so ravenous. We thought, oh, man, we're just going to have to go to bed hungry. That's kind of the way it goes. And that wasn't the way it went at all. We literally got to the rental car place in front of other people, so we were able to really get a fast car. Our car fast. We got in, we sat in the car, and then on the way out, we're like, gosh, who should we ask? You know, like, oh, let's just go for it. We'll go off the GPS. Sometimes even that leads us wrong. So we get to the little gate when we hand the woman our ticket to get out of the parking garage in our rental car.
And we were, at that point, it was, what time was it? What time did Whole Foods?
It was 10:45.
Yeah.
Whole Foods closes at, or 9, it was 9:45.
It was 9:45.
Whole Foods closes at 10. And we just asked she was the one person. We went to one line and we rolled down the window and she said, you know, we said, hey, do you happen to know where there's a Whole Foods?
This was the lady in the parking garage at the airport.
Yeah, that just took our ticket and
where she takes her ticket
lets you through
the
barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she said, well, I think there's one. Yeah, there's one down here. So she literally said, go straight out here, make a right, make a left, veer to the left, kind of hug the curve, and it'll be on your right. And we're like, okay, we have 13 minutes. Let's just go for it.
One wrong turn.
One wrong turn at night in a foreign city
that you've never been in. Yep. One wrong turn, and there goes your food
toast,
for the night.
Right. And what happened? We completely, with red lights, with being just totally disoriented, made it to the Whole Foods with, was it 2 or 3 minutes to spare?
It was like 3 minutes to spare.
I've never done a faster parking job, and we ran into the Whole Foods.
And then we got to shop for 20 minutes.
And we got to shop for 20 minutes after they closed, and then we checked out. I mean, it was just the grace of God, literally. I mean, I sent up a few prayers like, we just got to make it to the Whole Foods.
Yeah, because we're not going to go to McDonald's or anything like that. So, yeah, wasn't that crazy?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
That happened, and as well as when we returned our rental car the next day. The next day we woke up, we spent the night in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, that's right.
We woke up and we drove down to a place called the Coral Castle.
Ooh.
Which was pretty amazing. You know, you should put a link to a documentary on that.
Yeah, I should. Have you guys checked out the Coral Castle? Do you know anything about it? It's pretty fascinating structure. I don't know if you guys are interested in things like the pyramids and things, but this Coral Castle, it's my second time. I was there in 2001, and it's pretty phenomenal thing. And I really wanted to show it to Kate because we had watched a documentary on it. Mm-hmm. And
you've been talking about it since I've known you for 13 years now.
Yeah, and no one knows about this Coral Castle, but it's fascinating because it's a whole castle and compound built out of coral that one man who was about 5 feet tall, 120 pounds, in 1940 quarried out of the ground. And these stones are something like 30 to 50 to 70 tons. Some of them are 40 feet high. And he quarried these stones, cut them from the ground, and put together this whole coral castle with sundials and planetary structures and movable doors that like there's got this 20-ton door that rotates on this tiny little hinge that a baby could push. And it's just fascinating how this guy did it. And he claims that he figured out how the Egyptians built the pyramids. And
he used that technology or that energy or whatever, right?
There's legends and stories of him moving these stones like balloons. And so anyway, it's just a credible place. So I wanted to show you.
It was amazing.
Yeah. And so we drove down there, right?
So yeah, we drive down there and, you know, we take the tour and check some pictures. It was just amazing. Mm-hmm. And then we head home and we miss... I have to say, Florida, your freeways are not very friendly. They all have like 15 names, numbers, you know, southwest, northeast. Like, they're so confusing.
Yeah, none of them have, well, some of them have names, but they're mostly numbers like NE, S25.
Yeah, right. And there's all these numbers and letters. And
so I had the same thing happen to me in 2001 when I was there. I went to the Coral Castle. I had to rent a car, and I had the one day left on the rent a car, and I wanted to go to the Florida Keys, and I drove around. Never made it, yeah.
Because one day we'll make it to the Keys.
Yeah. So we got done with the Coral Castle.
Yeah. When we miss a freeway, we didn't understand the freeway, so we end up pulling off. And at this point, we're getting closer and closer to our rental car turn-in time, which was 5 sharp, and they meant sharp. They lock you in the office.
They lock you in.
And we didn't want to pay another $70 or whatever it was going to be just to have the car for the next
overnight
in the morning. Basically, we're going to return it and pay that for nothing.
Right.
So we're hauling and we're just going for it. We're changing, recalculating on the GPS. Yeah. It's wrong every other time. We have no idea what it's telling us, but we just rolled with it. And
we made a couple wrong turns.
Asked a couple people who didn't know where the heck the rental car place was, but just kept saying maybe over this bridge, maybe over there. And we ended up with I think again, it was like 2 minutes till 5 to spare.
Well, we had to stop at Whole Foods first because we had to get groceries for the next few days of eating, right?
Right.
So we had to go there first because our hotel was, a few hundred yards away from the Dayton Medical Center. So we would have had to walk with all these groceries.
Or take a taxi.
And so we had to stop at Whole Foods first. So we did that. Craziest Whole Foods in the world, by the way.
I was going to say that was like Christmas Eve in New York City or something. Like, it was wild.
That was amazing.
It was the craziest Whole Foods I've ever experienced.
So we did that, and then we raced across town to try to get the car back before they closed.
With a couple wrong turns. And like you said, I think it was 2 minutes until 5 when we hauled in there. We weren't even able to regas it. We just had to get it there. Mm-hmm. And they locked you.
They locked me in.
I took all the luggage and was getting it out of the car when I see this lady come over and just click, totally locks you out, locks you in and me out. And I was like, oh, that's not comfortable. But we got it in, and praise God.
I know. It was crazy, wasn't it?
The whole thing was just God's hand on that trip. It was just phenomenal.
And doesn't it feel like that? It feels like whenever you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, things just line up, don't they? This is the first time in my life that this has ever been such an exciting time in my life with the shows and with everything that's going on.
The people we're meeting.
The opportunities we're getting. And I feel like that's the lesson, is that when you're doing something in your life that you know is your dharma or your calling or whatever you're supposed to be. Your life's purpose. It just works.
Yeah.
It simply just works.
I'm feeling that too for the first time in my life, like 120%.
Are you?
Completely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it continues to just excite me to get out of bed in the morning, and it's like I don't have to do anything. I just have to be where I'm supposed to be. And that's just the most peaceful.
It's almost like dominoes or something, where they just fall down in front of you before you even get to them, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like you're walking in the same direction the domino chain is going, but all the dominoes are just falling over before you get there.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, I keep picturing it too, like that part on Indiana Jones. I know I've mentioned this before, but I think it's the last movie where he comes to the edge of the cliff. And he knows he has to get to the other side, but there's no bridge, and it doesn't look like there's anything.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that part.
So he takes a handful of sand or whatever it is and skirts it out before him, and it starts illuminating the steps in the bridge, and he sees that it's there. And that's what I feel like as I continue in faith just to take a next step, the next one appears. And I don't know where it's going, and sometimes it looks scary, and sometimes it's magical, and all these things wrapped together, but it's such an amazing adventure that's just opening up for me. And
what's cool is that you have sort of dispelled a lot of your fears
completely
on as far as some of the things you're doing. Let's talk about that after the break.
I would love to talk a little bit more about my experience at the Dayton Medical. It is DaytonMedical.com, by the way.
It is, okay.
Yes.
We'll put a link to that on this show page, which is extremehealthradio.com/187. And I'm not sure if you guys were able to check this out, but during the time that we were gone, we had a lot of people purchase the Bellicon Rebounders.
Amazing.
They had a really great Black Friday sale. I forget what the discount was on that, but really cool. I wanted to let you guys know too, on the Bellicon Rebounder that we're going to run the ad for right now. Really awesome. We have ours, but what I like about it is that you can get, if you buy it through PayPal, you have to sign up on PayPal through a service called Bill Me Later. I think you can go to billmelater.com and you can sign up, and they'll approve you. They should. And if they approve you, then you'll be able to get no interest and no charges as long as it's paid off in 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it's a great option.
Yeah, it's a great option because these are expensive. And if you also want to just purchase it not through PayPal, right on BelliconUSA.com, what you can do is do a 3-pay service with them.
Oh, that's right.
I think so. What you want to do is click through our link, and then you would call them and talk to John or Stan, because they were on our show, and they'll help you. They'll probably crack some jokes while you're on the phone.
I love those guys. Let's put a link to that show too. If you haven't heard John and Stan talking about the Bellicon, you're missing out. They're amazing.
They're pretty good. So anyway, we'll be right back right after this break. I have been a huge fan of Rebounding for many, many years. And if you want to get in great cardiovascular shape, tone your legs, back, and butt, and stomach, as well as cleanse your lymphatic system from toxins and chemicals, you just have to start rebounding. It's imperative. And not only will it create endorphins that quickly become addictive to you, but it's very low impact as well. It helps to prevent sicknesses and diseases, as well as increase bone density, and it flushes toxins from your lymphatic system. It's amazing. And not only that, but it's a ton of fun also. I do it every single day for about 15 minutes. And we found the best rebounder on the market today in the world, bar none. It's called the Bellicon Rebounder. It's the Rolls Royce of rebounders, in my opinion. And let's listen to some of what our guests have had to say about rebounding. Robert von Sarbacher is a health researcher and creator of the Mini Beat Protocol. And Robert, what's your favorite exercise?
In general, probably one of the number one anti-aging exercises on the planet is rebounding. So 15 minutes a day is good for that. You can find people who have had thermography scans on cancers, giant tumors, and when they're doing a rebounder, it would start spewing out and shrinking right in front of your eyes, the tumor would, as they're on the rebounder. So it's really good for that sort of thing. It's also very good for exercising internal organs. It's the only internal organ exerciser that I know of known to man.
Dr. Lindsay Duncan is the CEO and founder of Genesis Today. And what's the best way that you think of to stimulate the lymphatic system of the body?
Rebounding is incredible because it's good for the lymphatic system, and there's more lymph fluid in the body than there is blood. And the quickest way and the most effective way to get the lymphatic system flowing is through rebounding itself.
Yeah, because the lymphatic system can't really detox itself, can it? I think
No, the heart, we have the heart, thank you, for pumping blood. And we don't have a heart to pump lymphatic fluid. The only thing that really can pump lymphatic fluid is cardiovascular exercise utilizing the thighs, the thigh muscles. And that's why rebounding and getting a burn in that thigh muscle is so important for the flow and the stimulation of the lymphatic fluid.
Wow, and they even put cancer patients on rebounding, don't they?
Nutritionists do.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but not a conventional doctor. But yeah, I've been learning about rebounding lately. It's quite an amazing thing.
Yeah, rebounding's amazing.
Health researcher and author of Cancer Step Outside the Box, Ty Bollinger. What do you do in your life to prevent cancer?
What do you do to treat cancer? What do you do to prevent it? Rebounding is something that I try to do on a daily basis. A little mini trampoline for those people that aren't familiar with the term rebounding, but it's basically just jumping up and down on that little mini tramp. What that does is it stimulates the lymphatic system. Lymphatic system is one of our primary detoxification systems in our body, and most folks don't stimulate their lymph flow, and so the toxicity in their body builds up because their lymph is not stimulated, and the up-down motion on a rebounder stimulates the lymph flow better than just about any other exercise. So I do that almost on a daily, probably 5 days a week, I would say I average doing that.
And finally, author and speaker and creator of the Longevity Now program, David Wolf. Do you think the Bellicon is the best rebounder on the market today?
Absolutely. I was just with the crew in Europe that does the Bellicon Rebounder, which is an incredible rebounder. My God, what a machine. And it doesn't use metal springs. It uses like flexi ropes. So it's very soft and fun, and it's just great to play with.
Well, there you have it. The up and down G-force actually stimulates every single cell in your body. It's incredible. And as someone who works out in the gym a lot and does Qigong, I think that the best physical aerobic exercise, in my opinion, is rebounding. It's just absolutely incredible for the human body. And the Bellicon is silent, and it comes with a warranty, and you can get them in several different sizes and colors, and some of them have bars that you can hold on to in case you're worried about balance. It's a well worth it investment in your health and in your future. So check them out in our store if you'd like, or you can check out the videos on extremehealthradio.com/Bellicon. Again, that's extremehealthradio.com/Bellicon. That's B as in boy, ELLICON.
100% listener supported. Extreme Health Radio. Opening minds and transforming lives worldwide. Join the show now on Skype at Extreme Health Radio or call 949-505-9585. Hello. That's 949-505-9585.
I just got off the Bellicon myself, a little couple-minute bounce there.
Well, my teeth are frozen from shoveling Coconut Bliss ice cream into my mouth.
I know, I had a scoop of that too.
Woo, it's good.
Isn't it good?
Now I need to Bellicon it off with my calories I just consumed.
That Bellicon is great because it's such a soft bounce. And you know what I like about it? With the other rebounder that we had, I had to force myself to do it every day because it wasn't fun.
No,
you know?
this thing is like you're floating on air. I love it.
Yeah, it's such a springy, soft bounce.
Right.
You know, really cool.
It is.
And you guys, if you want to
amazing.
Purchase the Bellicon, please just let me know if you have any questions about it. I can answer them and help you out. And also, if you want to join us on the live shows, you can go to extremehealthradio.com/live or call, as the lady said, 949-505-9585, and we can take your calls that way. And so we'd love to have you call in and join the show and ask us any questions and all of that stuff.
And I'll be manning the chat room.
You'll be manning the chat room?
And taking notes. I'm just this little secretary person over here.
I know, right? So you wanted to talk a little bit about some more things with the Dayton Medical.
Yeah.
That's just incredible.
I feel like when you tell people, like your family, at least our families, that we're going to go fly to Miami and do this wellness retreat and go to this clinic or medical building and get a bunch of tests done and things like that, they tend to go, gosh, well, you don't really know what it's like, or you don't really know where you're going, or are you guys sure you're comfortable with that? Or and you and I seem to, throughout the years, I feel like we're a little bit more comfortable with taking risks, and usually they really pay off for us, you know? And this is one of those times where I just felt like I absolutely had to go. And we went, and it was a phenomenal experience. And I think meeting Dr. Dandis, I hope I'm saying her name right. We call her Dr. Dandis.
Right.
She is an incredible person. I feel like I connected with her on a level that you don't really connect. Most people don't connect to their doctor on that level, but also just my friend. She's just my new friend, and her husband, Mike, we had the pleasure of meeting, and he is just an amazing guy too. I know he's been listening to our show probably almost since the beginning, and that's super flattering. But it was they're just amazing, gracious, loving people. And I felt like I was just in such good hands. The minute we walked in, I felt completely comfortable.
And you know, it kind of reminded me, did you ever see that movie with Robin Williams?
Oh, Patch Adams.
Did you ever see that?
No, I haven't, but I know. I need to watch that.
That was interesting because he was taking a whole different approach to healthcare and the medical side of things and the coldness that doctors have. And he was using a sense of humor to help with heal patients, and he was getting results with people by bringing up their attitude and their laughter and their joy in their life. And he was starting to get some incredible results. And of course, the medical association and establishment at the time, this is a true story, I think.
I think you're right.
I think it's true, based on a real guy. And they shut him down. He tried to open his own clinic, but that's how I felt like Dr. Adams, or Dr. Dandis, not using the humor and the jokes and things like that, but she's just such a caring person. And what I like about her too is that she is one of those doctors that you wish that all of your medical primary doctors would be. Absolutely. Because she she's a biochemical, she's got her biophysicist degree. She's got 2 PhDs, incredible. But all you do is you see her and she's hugging people, and she's, and they're just talking about how much they feel like she's just, quote, saved them or changed their lives. I mean, she's laughing with people, she's eating with people, and she's spending, she barely spends any time in her office. No. She's always officeless, right? Officeless. Yes, that was the joke, kind of. We're following her around like, I don't have an office right now because they're doing something in there, so let's go over here. And she just... Yeah. And what I like about her, too, is her approach, which is what most doctors should do, but her approach in using language and how she deals with people who have perhaps a certain condition or whatever. She'll never diagnosis. She'll never even say the word of what the condition is to people, and she'll say, "Okay, let's just calm down. This is what you may or may not have, and we need to understand that the Western side is going to freak out, and they're going to want to take you for testing, and blah blah blah." And just watching her in these circumstances talk to people, And the way she goes about it on an energetic level, because she understands all of it. She understands how energy,
the mind-body connection,
and how your outlook and approach and labeling things. And she's just an incredible person.
She's lovely, and she loves people, and she loves life. And I can't say enough. About her. And I also have to say,
she's like a big sister / big friend.
She is.
Friend, yeah.
She is. She's a huge influence in my life already, and I feel like our journey is just starting together.
I know.
I do also, I'm so happy to say I had a lot of fears kind of put to rest, or I came face to face with. As stupid as it sounds, I have never loved needles. And I've always had a story I, quote, told myself about needles and IVs and things. Every time I'd ever visited anyone in the hospital, or that was getting, some kind of treatment and seen an IV, it was always in the top of their hand. It always looked painful. Ugh, gave me the creeps looking at it,
It's in the bridge of their nose.
Yeah. Sticking out of their eye.
It's coming out of their gums.
But that's creepy. Like, if you already aren't a big fan of needles to begin with, and then you see this IV sticking out of the top of someone's hand in a hospital with all this craziness around you. So when I knew that we were going to be getting an IV treatment as part of our package, I was nervous about that. Honestly, going into it, I thought, I don't want that thing in the top of my hand. It's creepy. It's scary. It's whatever. And
you knew that you might possibly be needing that IV for 4 hours, right?
Right. Well, I didn't know it was going to be that long.
Yeah.
But it turned out you and I hauled that bag around and sat there in those some really nice recliner chairs in their comforting office for 4 hours, having our IV slowly drip into our system.
Right.
Which was an amazing experience. But yeah, the guys there, the paramedics and phlebotomists, and they do the whole thing, IV administration. They put me so much at ease. Like, they explained what it was gonna feel like. They showed me the size of the needle versus the one that draws the blood.
Frank and
Edwin.
Yeah.
Just amazing guys. Amazing guys.
Yeah, they're so talented at what they do.
Oh yeah. You watched the thing go right into your vein and you didn't even feel it.
Yeah, I kind of have this sick fascination with that kind of stuff. I like to see that.
Yeah, you're a complete opposite from me.
Just watching him stick the needle in, I like that.
Glad somebody does.
Yeah.
But not only did I get over that fear, I had to do it a couple times. And just when I thought I'm out of the woods, no more needles, I had a few other times where there was extra blood work and extra testing done.
Right.
And I felt like God was saying, okay, you think you're over it. Are you really over it? Are you gonna just go with it? Are you gonna trust me? And I went for it. And I have to say, I came back going, I'm not afraid of that kind of testing anymore, or the needles. For me, it was a big hurdle, an obstacle to overcome mentally. And I'm very grateful for that alone.
It's interesting too, because not only does it take getting through it, but looking at your fear from another angle was what really took you over the edge in terms of getting over your fear, because you realized going into it that the fear is just a story you told yourself.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And when you realize that, you can choose to believe your own story or not. And your story was one that was based on fear because of things you've seen.
Right.
And when you realize that, hey, I am separate from my story. The story is separate from me, and I'm not my story.
Right.
And then B, you can say, do I choose to believe this story? And it could be about anything. It could be about, whatever your fear is. Like for me, it was a fear of flying. Because that really gets into attachment. And I had this experience when I was coming back, I think in 1995. I had been flying my whole life. And I had this feeling, or experience, I should say, coming back from my brother's wedding. And I took a night
flight.
In Europe, yeah. We took a night flight. I was just by myself. And I took a night flight from Hungary. And you fly up over the
mountain range?
No, over the North Pole and all that,
right.
Over the north of the U.S. and all that. And in the middle of the night, we hit some sort of clear air turbulence, this air pocket, and we dropped a few hundred feet. And I don't know how long we dropped, but it was crazy. And the lights came on. We're in the middle of the night.
The
oxygen things all came down, and everybody freaked out. And I thankfully had my seatbelt on, but it was as if I had this sinking feeling, like I was on free fall at a ride, and I was dozing off, and And so ever since then, I had the same kind of thing that you had with the IV in the top of the hand. I told myself, oh, I'm not a good flyer because I never know when I'm going to hit that clear air turbulence. And I told myself this story.
Right.
And it's crazy where you can go in your mind when you have these fears.
Right.
But you understood that and just completely charged it.
I did charge it. You went away to go to the bathroom or something, came back, and there I am with a needle sticking out of
I know, you got a needle coming out of your throat. You're taking an IV bag in your throat. But it was crazy, wasn't it?
No, it was. And I know what you mean. I told myself, like, not only am I going to not be afraid, I'm going to be grateful for the process that has been my teacher, because I'm not fearing this unknown. The only thing to fear is fear itself kind of thing. I thought, why have I spent any emotional energy and thought thinking about this for all these years? Like, this was so easy. Like, what was I even wasting my time and energy on?
I know,
all this time thinking, I don't want an IV. Really? Like, and I didn't know the facts. I told myself a story that wasn't even true.
And what's crazy is that you chose to believe your own lie to yourself. So what does that say about who you are at the core? You know what I mean? Isn't that so weird? Like, you probably subconsciously knew that story wasn't true. Like, there could be some other ways to take IVs, but you chose to believe the lie. And like, what does that say about who we are? We willingly choose to believe a lie just so that we can hold on to something where we feel safe, which is fear. It's so weird, isn't it?
And an uninformed lie. Like,
yeah.
I thought an IV, I honestly am so naive. I thought like a needle was in your arm that whole time.
Well, so did I.
You did too.
I didn't.
It's a little catheter that slips in and they take the needle out. You don't even have any needle in your arm.
I haven't had an IV for years. And so I just thought, yeah, that's what it is.
Isn't that funny? Like, not only am I stressed out about something that I thought, it wasn't even what the whole thing didn't even look like what I thought in all these years.
Mm-hmm.
And the little tiny needle, I mean, I just felt so silly and stupid, but and you know what? I had to be careful how I've been very aware lately, my wording of things. When I sat down, at first I said to the paramedic, Frank, he was amazing. Yeah. But I said, hey, I don't really like needles. I'm bad with needles. But then I realized
And then you said, oh, I'm such a wuss or something.
Yeah,
like
I did.
Right?
I'm like, I'm a chicken. I'm a wuss.
Making a joke about it.
Right. But then I realized like I needed to step back. And I've realized now I'm not a big fan of needles, or in the past I haven't really had a good experience with needles, or I had a fear of needles, but I had to
reprogram your mind,
reprogram my mind, and then be very careful what I let out of my mouth and the way that I said it, so I still wasn't buying into an old lie and an old set of. So, I mean, the whole 4 days was really good for me. And Dr. Dan just called me out on some things that I said.
Oh, yeah.
There's some certain things that she goes, I don't know, what you just said, why would you say that? Or what's a better way you can say that? Or, I mean, she's on top of it. She's on top of it. And she reads you like a book. I mean,
yeah.
Half the time she's looking at people and thinking, what is she wondering about them? Like a body language, she's reading them. She's wondering.
Yeah, because she reads body language.
She's really amazing like that.
You probably couldn't get away with lying to her, could you?
Probably not. I'd have to be real good. I'm not going to try.
But it's interesting too, because that whole fear thing, all of us have fears.
Yeah.
And, you're listening to this and maybe you're thinking, okay, well, I don't have a fear of needles. I don't have a fear of flying, but you do have a fear of something, right. Everyone has a fear. And for me, I'm not really a fearful person. I don't really fear much. Typically the bigger the issue, the less I'm afraid of it. It's always smaller stuff with me. But for me recently, it's just been the flying thing. And really, it comes back to just attachment, doesn't it? Like,
yeah,
we're talking about everything that's supposed to happen. Like, one of my mantras is all good things come to me. And so we knew that this retreat was something that
was going to add to our life.
It's going to add to our life, and it's something that we knew that it was our destiny to do.
Right.
And so if we got in a plane and it crashed, really, so what? Right? I mean,
right.
My biggest fear is always the 30 seconds during the time where something initially goes wrong and then you crash, right?
Right.
But when it comes down to it, we're just attached to things, and feel like we're attached to our stories, we're attached to our ego, and those attachments are what cause fear. Because we feel like we're attached, our fears make us feel safe. That's
a really good point. And when you are able to kind of go inward and unattach yourself, which I feel like you and I both made huge strides in.
Let go.
Yeah, we to really let go. Mm-hmm. It makes the journey of life so much freer.
Imagine your life if you didn't have any attachments to things. So you didn't have an attachment to your body. So if you died, then you're moving on and you're doing something better. If you didn't have attachment to your house, you weren't afraid to lose it, then if you lost it, big deal. You're still going to live. If you didn't have attachment to your family, your friends, if some of them died, you know you're still safe. And what is the mantra that Dr. Dandis gave you?
She told me, or I feel like she gave it to me, and it is my mantra: you're safe, you're okay, let go.
So whenever you're feeling afraid or you're in the moment of feeling something fearful, you say this to yourself.
You're safe. Like, I'm safe, I'm okay, let go. It got me through a whole bunch of times, just even in the last couple of days, to be honest. And I've woken up a different person. I wake up different now. Mm-hmm. And I viewed the plane ride coming home, that was a bit turbulent, different. I felt like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, and I'm safe. And that means I'm safe no matter what. I'm safe if we make it there. I'm safe if we don't. I'm just safe in it. And
you're safe whether you live, and you're safe whether you die.
It kind of was a pretty eye-opening experience for me.
It's kind of like playing poker not to lose instead of to win. Or it's kind of like playing with the house's money, where you've got, a few $1 million. You're going to take some chances. You're going to take some risks, and you're going to have fun.
Right.
Versus you playing with $20, and then you know that it's the end of the world if you have to go home and tell your family and friends you lost money.
Right. Try to hoard it and get it back and get more of it. And
right. You're stressed about losing $20, but when you're playing with the house's money,
right,
and when you're living life in that way, you have no fear. Isn't that cool? Like,
I feel like I just got a very little glimpse into a bigger story,
right,
for myself.
Yeah.
I
know. And we met some really interesting people. We met Tanya. She has a really cool website. It's not even up yet, but it's called plantitgrowitit.com. And she's an amazing person that lives down there in Florida, and she's attending this retreat, and she's doing a documentary filmmaker, right?
She is. It's a series of, did she say 6 different programs?
7, because it's one a month for 7 months, which is the total duration of the Florida growing season.
That's right.
Yeah.
And how can we link up to her show?
We'll just put a link on this show page.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she has episode 1 out, and so she talks about juicing and growing your own garden, and
I can't wait to follow her and to really get to know her deeper. And I think what she is doing is a calling, and she's following it, and she's just a beautiful person. And I mean, from the trailer I watched for her show, I mean, it just looks, I want to journey with her. I want to get to know her, not only on a personal level, but I want to see her interviews and her process she goes through, and just her journey looks beautiful.
And then we met Gail.
And
she was really great. She's she's been going to Dr. Dandis twice a week for 5 years.
I think that's right. 2 or 3 times a week. Yeah.
Yeah. And so her and I were talking in the lunchroom about detoxing, and she was asking about the far infrared sauna that we sell. And she was asking about, because she had a sauna that looked very similar to ours, but it was one of those ones on Amazon that you can get for $300 or $400. And she said it actually caught fire with her. Remember that?
Right.
Isn't that crazy? So guys, it's not worth it to buy the cheapies,
No, that's a really good.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so we're talking about, she asked, do we do Zeolite? What brand do we use? And I said, yes, we do the Touchstone Essentials brand. And so she was all interested, and she was, we're talking, and she was asking where we lived, and I told her Southern California, and she talked about Fukushima, and she said, something really powerful that I've been doing for a few years now, what you should do to pull heavy metals and toxins from your body.
This is what she was telling you.
This is what she was telling me. Mm-hmm. And she said it's to do a bath with Epsom salts and baking soda, and that helps pull mercury and some of these heavy metals that are coming in from Fukushima out of your body.
Oh, gosh.
And she said it's just worked miracles for her.
Really?
And so I thought, okay, I got to do this, right? So last night I did Black Beauty, which is from Vitality Herbs and Clay. You guys should look into that, vitalityherbsandclay.com. You can call them up and talk to Michael, and he'll give you a free 2-week supply of Earth and Ormus if you tell him that we sent you.
Did you save me some of the Black Beauty?
Oh, I did.
Good. I want to try it.
You only use 1/8 of a cup.
Oh, wow.
In your bath, and you use 1/4 of a cup of sacred clay. And so I did that. So I did 1/8 of a cup of Black Beauty, 1/4 of a cup of sacred clay, a cup of the Epsom salts, and a cup of the baking soda in my bath last night. And I felt like I hadn't taken a bath since I was a kid. Actually, I took one bath a few days ago before my back problem, the night after the cupping and the acupuncture. And it didn't do much good, but this is incredible.
What'd you feel like afterward? I'm going to do mine tonight.
You feel like your skin feels way different. It feels like really soft and clean, and you feel heated up to your bones. A lot of people talk about how they feel a detox effect if you use more of this stuff. So if you use a lot of it, you'll feel a real heavy detox. But I sat there and I just felt like I sat there for 20 minutes, but I kind of went into a zone. And this Black Beauty has it's ocean magnesium, Epsom salt from an earthen source, sacred clay, Himalayan salt, humic and fulvic substances, activated charcoal, vitalite, and ormalite.
That all?
That's what's in here. And it looks like it looks like charcoal ground into a powder.
Yeah.
It's a black thing. And then the sea salt I used is incredible.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it has... it provides soothing, natural temporary relief from aches and pains, stress, muscle tension, dry skin, exfoliates and softens the skin, detoxifies, promotes circulation, soothes bites and itches, and supports the immune system. That
one's from the health food store. That I've been using those for about a year or two now, from the Dead Sea warehouse, right?
Dead Sea Magic Mineral Bath Salts.
They're really good.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Even I've just done those by themselves in the bath, and I feel like it gets your circulation going. Your hands and feet get a little red. You're supposed to rinse off a little bit afterward.
I took a shower afterwards.
Did you? Yeah.
It's deadseawarehouse.com. Dead Sea, WAREHOUSE, deadseawarehouse.com.
And they're really good. The story of their journey is on it. But it's a little bit more expensive than just regular Epsom salts, but when you read the story and it really explains how it works and what it does for you, I think it's really worth it.
It's got magnesium, potassium, sodium, calcium bromide, sulfates, and numerous trace minerals. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you've joined my world of the bath. And I love baths.
I did that at 11 o'clock last night, or 11:30.
Let me guess. Best sleep ever?
Best sleep ever.
You were out.
Yeah, I sleep for about 7 hours a night.
I slept like 10.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I woke up this morning. It just felt amazing. So I'm going to do those twice a week. If nothing else, if I don't have the Vitality Herbs and Clay, the Black Beauty, and the Sacred Clay, I can still do the bath salts and the baking soda.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to put that into my thing for twice a week.
Awesome.
Isn't that?
I'm going to be doing it twice a week too.
I mean, living next to a power plant that's shutting down in Fukushima.
Right. We have to be very proactive.
But yeah, I got inspired by Gail.
Go Gail.
She drove us all around and she
took
was
us places we needed to go. She talk about the kindness of strangers. I feel like these people I had known forever, I really connected with them. From the minute I started talking to them, I thought this is exactly the group that we're supposed to be in on this retreat. But I know I've just made some lifelong friends. I know it. And their willingness to just help you and do anything they can to make you comfortable. And she was from the area, so just her willingness to be able to throw us in her car and drive us around to places we had to go was just a blessing.
And Carolina.
And Gina.
And Gina.
God, Gosh, we made some good friends.
Yeah, we made some great friends.
Who we can't wait to go on the actual second part of this retreat with. And
I know.
I really know that we are going to have quite the experience with all these people that are absolutely, it's not a coincidence that they're in our lives, and hopefully vice versa.
Gina was telling me that she has a son who has severe allergies to things. And she was asking me if I had ever heard of the ALCAT test. ALC. Let me look up on our Facebook account.
I think it's the K, is it?
I posted a link to it on our Facebook thing. Let's see, our Facebook account. It's the ALCAT test. It's ALCAT.com. And they test for hundreds of different foods, herbs, chemicals, molds, toxins, and chemicals to find out what you react to.
And she was really saying that she believes it saved her son's life.
Yeah, she said it's really expensive, about $1,000.
Right. But the best $1,000 spent.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to know what exactly you need to eat and what exactly you should avoid. Really powerful information to know, because a lot of times you might have a sensitivity to something that you ate 2 weeks before.
Right.
You know, it's crazy.
Right. It's not popping up till later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ALCAT test sounds amazing.
Sounds amazing. We might look into doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was quite an experience, wasn't it?
And we'll keep you guys posted as we, journey into the second part of our, the real retreat part, now that the blood work and things are out of the way. But this is the first retreat they're actually offering. And
that's right.
It sounds like it's going to be going to be planned to go down every 4 months. They're going to be hopefully doing another retreat. So
are they really doing?
That's what I've heard.
And they only take about 10 to 15 people?
It's a very intimate group, yeah, 10 to 15 people. So we'll talk about it, our journey with it. And so far, I would highly recommend even just the small experience that we've had at the medical center itself. It's going to take me a while to process. It's been pretty life-changing.
I feel like that alone was enough for...
Yes.
Enough.
Yes.
But you get this whole 2-week retreat on top of that. And it just sounds like it's going to be incredible.
Yes.
I'm really excited about it.
So if anyone's interested, you can go to DaytonMedical.com and check out their wellness retreat package.
And so what you do is you go for 3 or 4 days of testing, IV treatments, and just basically a medical workup.
Yeah.
Oh, and we didn't even talk about the
ultrasound.
The ultrasound.
Oh my gosh.
So we get an ultrasound with this great guy named Jeff, this technician, and he spent probably
2 hours.
Over 2 hours.
A piece.
And normally when you get an ultrasound, I mean, you're in and out of there, put the gel on you, and you're in and out of there in what? Probably 5 minutes?
Yeah, I've had a few of my uterus for my fibroid issue. I'm out of there in 5 minutes, and it's like a $800 thing. Mm-hmm. I cannot believe how much people... It's so not thorough, and it's so just kind of inconclusive. I felt like I was paid attention to. It was so thorough. I mean, you can't get a more thorough testing with what I experienced there. It was like they took like 390 pictures of
390 pictures.
They show everything from your arteries in your neck to your thyroid to your, obviously all your huge organs.
They test every single organ, your pancreas, your uterus, your intestines, your colon. For me, the prostate. They checked your heart, your lungs, your gallbladder, your liver, your kidneys. They test everything, and they do it from multiple angles. So he'll spend 15 minutes checking every single angle for your liver and every part of your liver. So he did my heart. He spent I was on my side for probably 20 minutes.
Yeah. Just your heart.
Just my heart. And then he says, okay, lay on your back. I lay on my back. And then he's checking out my heart and my lungs from the bottom of my ribcage, looking up at a different angle. Because he says, a lot of times what happens is that you get a false reading because you look at something on one angle and it looks okay. But then you look at it from the opposite angle and you realize, oh, there's a big problem there. And so he looks at these things from every conceivable angle, and he checks. And
he can slice and dice your body open. He can take a slice of an organ or a ventricle or what is that?
Oh, aortic.
Why am I blanking on the name? Or an artery.
An artery,
And
right.
he can take a slice of it and look into it, and then he can slice it the other way and look at the length and look how open it is and how much plaque or lack of plaque is there. I mean, this machine, and Dr. Dandis is so thorough. And he even said, Dr. Dandis is, she won't leave any stone unturned. She wants it 100% perfect, which when it comes to your health, Yeah,
if you're looking to get just an overall tune up and figure out where you are with your health, if your lungs are working properly, if you're getting enough oxygen. He checks the velocity, the speed, the volume of the blood that's flowing through your arteries and what direction it's going, and if there's any inflammation and calcium deposits and fatty deposits. And he's calculating all these numbers and taking these pictures and recording these videos. And it's just, and he's telling you everything he's doing at the time. And he's spending so much time, 2 hours or more. And if you're looking to get like a comprehensive
physical
snapshot,
yes, of where you stand in life right now with your health.
Yeah, it's just incredible. It's just incredible.
Yeah,
so I would highly recommend it.
I can't say enough.
Yeah. So it turns out I'm relatively healthy.
Yes.
But there's always room for improvement, isn't there?
Yes, for sure.
Okay, we're going to run this break for our favorite Zeolite. And we feel like this Zeolite is one of the best, if not the best. We did an interview with, what is his name? The CEO of that company. What is his name? Eddie Stone.
Eddie Stone.
And we'll put a link to that episode on this. But this Zeolite is incredible stuff, and we take it 3 times a day. And living in today's modern world, it's almost a necessity.
Yeah.
So we'll run this ad, and we'll be right back after this break. It was really cool. A while back, we had Deborah Lynn Dad on our show, and that was episode number 45. She's kind of like the queen of detoxification and getting toxins and chemicals and poisons and drugs out of your body and out of your home. She has a really, really great website. And again, that was extremehealthradio.com/45, her interview that we had. And she turned us on to a really cool product. It's a natural zeolite, which is pretty amazing, actually. And if you're interested in that kind of thing, you can check it out at extremehealthradio.com/zeolite. That's ZEOLITE. That will redirect you to this really cool product that she turned us on to. And I talked with her at length about it, and I've been doing a lot of research about it. And zeolites are adsorptive, so they're positively charged, and they bind to anything that's negatively charged, which is like toxins and poisons and chemicals and all these things that we're exposed to. And what they do is they just pull them out of your bloodstream. The size of the zeolite molecule is really important too. So the smaller the size, the more powerful and the more toxins it's going to grab onto and flush out of your body. And this one I think is 0.03 microns, which is really, really small. I think it's the smallest in the industry from what I've learned and from what I've researched. So it's really, really a cool product. And if you're living in the modern world and want to get these heavy metals and toxins and poisons out of your bloodstream, check it out, extremehealthradio.com/zeolite. And it's about, I think, $24 per month for a bottle. And it's really a great way to get rid of these toxins and poisons out of your bloodstream and capillaries and out of the cells and all that kind of stuff. And we really, really liked the product and spoke with the company and trust Deborah. She's done a lot of great work. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, check it out, extremehealthradio.com/zeolite, or you can read about it more on our store as well. And thanks for listening, and let's get back to the show.
All 3 shows, all the time, on Extreme Health Radio. Opening minds and transforming lives worldwide. Join our community today. Call using Skype at Extreme Health Radio or call 949-505-9585. That's 949-505-9585.
I feel like we've just been rapping and talking about our experiences. We need to get some listener questions.
I know. I guess when you get so excited about stuff, time flies, and it's just I can't stop talking. But
I know.
I will be posting some pictures and blogging about my journey too. So
nice.
I've really got to do that tonight and tomorrow and the next few days. So
yes,
stay tuned.
I'm going to be adding to our blog too. I'm going to be blogging every single day. So if you guys are interested in some of the things that I'm writing about, you can look on the homepage under Justin's blog, and you can see a lot of the different things that I'm writing and different things. I did one before we left about Black Friday, and that was a fun thing to do. I'm not really a big fan of commercialism and making people feel like they have to have these products, in order to be healthy. But a lot of the really amazing companies that we promote were doing Black Friday sales. And I know a lot of you guys like these products, and, that they're great products. So
right.
I wanted to put together something so in case you wanted to get, a lot of these discounts in one place for people in case you wanted a discount. So I did that. And then I just wrote one yesterday called Learning How to Love Your Disease When You Don't Think You Should. And that was a fun one to write. And it was all about the way we look at our disease and how we, in our culture, have been bred to fight
and attack
and to compete and to attack, and learning how to love the disease. Sort of like Jessica Anskoff, thewellnesswarrior.com, and she had some kind of terminal cancer that they told her she wouldn't live through. And then Chris Carr.
I was going to say her name too. She
calls her cancer spots her love spots. And, we don't want to hate these things.
Well, because they're our teachers. Mm-hmm. That's how I'm starting to view disease. And I've never once, who in an average conversation would agree that it's, would not call it a problem or you have to fight it kind of a thing.
Right.
When you start to just change the whole way you think about things, then I think you honestly just aren't telling yourself. You're actually creating a new story that you actually believe because it's true.
Right.
So.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun blogging. So make sure to check out our blogs and share them if you can on Facebook and things like that. And we've got a couple listener questions, actually a few. Let's play this one by Gary. He called up and left an actual voicemail.
Wow.
So we'll play this one.
Finally, people using the voicemail.
I know, it's cool.
Please.
We love it. So here's Gary.
Hi, Justin and Kate. I wonder if this is recording. Yesterday I listened to your program with Dr. Rowan, Doc Rowan from Santa Rosa, and I have, as the first time, and I'm totally in love with you guys. I live in Santa Cruz. Excuse me. I'm on my third day of a cleanse, detox, and I didn't eat anything hardly yesterday, and practically nothing for Thanksgiving Day. It was a major victory for me, and I feel pretty good now. I've had about very little food. I feel great. I went to the gym a couple of days and had a mild workout on my bicycle, and I'm 69, and I just want to say how much I love your program, and I plan to be in touch with Dr. Rowan in Santa Rosa. So I'm going to just keep you right at the top of my list, and I love you guys. Hang in there. Bye-bye. This is Gary, by the way. Gary of SoCal near Santa Cruz. Bye-bye.
Isn't that cool?
Oh.
Gary, what a great... It's just so cool.
It makes me want to cry.
Yeah.
Tearing up a little bit here.
Yeah, really, really cool. And so he said he's doing a little detox there. That's awesome.
Wonder what kind he's doing.
Yeah, it looks like he did a 3-day detox. And
good for him.
I know, it's
good
great.
For him.
Yeah, you can do this at any age,
He doesn't sound 69. I love how age is just a number, right?
Just
doesn't mean anything. It's a story we tell ourselves.
So I'm so glad. I know, right? It's another story.
Yeah, we buy into it.
Thank you, Gary. That means so much to us, and listeners like you it's just so great, and so we're so humbled.
So encouraging. This is why we do it. I'm so grateful for the feedback. Thank you so much, Gary.
And let us know how you do with Dr. Rowan.
I would love to get updated on your journey.
I might see him for my back. If this homeopathy thing, I shouldn't even say
no.
It's going to work.
Right.
It's already working.
For any future conditions that you might develop, which we hope not, Dr. Rowan will be your man.
I could go see Dr. Rowan for my knee.
Yes, you can, actually.
So that would be something to do.
Yes.
But yeah, Gary, let us know how it goes with Dr. Rowan and if you have some good results.
I would love to know.
He was quite the cutting edge doctor, I thought.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah, interesting, huh?
Yes.
And now we have another one from Nancy. Let's play this one.
Okay.
Hello there. I was just wondering, I'm from Delray, and I need a root canal, and I know how dangerous they are. I was wondering if there were any local doctors that do anything naturally. I know I had got one way down south in Miami and one up by Bradenton, but none close to here.
Hi, Nancy. That's awesome. So you're looking to get a root canal. What I would do is, here's what I would do. This is personally what I would do. I would go see Dr. Stuart Nunley.
Yes.
He is amazing, and we're going to be seeing him soon as well. I have a root canal that I'm going to get worked on, and Kate,
I do as well.
Yeah, you do as well? Mm-hmm. And Dr. Nunley, we interviewed him on, let's see, what episode was that? Let me take a look here. Latest shows, I'm on the homepage of our site, and he is episode number 180.
Okay.
So you can go to extremehealthradio.com/180, and you can listen to his interview. If you resonate with him, you can go see him. And you can also go to our dental section. If you go to the top of our website, under radio show, under the health column, you'll see a link that says dentistry. So you may want to look at that. I would go into Amazon. If you want to go through our link, we would get a commission, but I would, either way, I would go to Amazon and get a book called Cure Tooth Decay from Ramil Nagel. And we interviewed him on episode number 22, I think. It's either 22 or 23. Really incredible guy. And I would look at his work. And if you're going to look for a biological dentist, Dr. Stuart Nunley is amazing.
We've been to the office, and
we've been there.
You've had some excellent work done.
And his website is healthysmilesforlife.com. If taking a flight to Texas is outside of the realm of something you can do, I would go on to curetoothDecay.com and maybe look for a biological dentist in your area.
That's so great that there's a compiled list of trustworthy dentists.
Or aurawellness.com.
Oh, that's right.
Will Revick, we interviewed him, and he's got a list of biological dentists on his website as well. I'm not sure where it is on his website, but it's ORAWELLNESS.
You're absolutely right.
aurawellness.com. So that's what I would do. I would go to a high-quality biological dentist.
Yes.
So, and let's see, we have a couple other questions. So thank you guys for
using the phone feature.
Yeah, the phone feature. We love
that.
it. And by the way, if you guys are interested in using that feature, you can do it, and you don't have to send a message that you don't like. So you can re-record if you sound like you cough, or you stumble, your kids come in the room or something. You can just re-record it right from your computer. So we'd love to have you guys do that. So thanks, Gary, and thank you, Nancy, for that.
Yes, very much so.
And we have a bunch of other questions. You want to read a couple?
Sure. Here's one from Audrey. Hi, Justin. My health issue is extremely dry skin with reoccurring, extremely itchy scalp and skin, tiny bumps. Been to 2 dermatologists, topical skin steroids, but it helps, but it still comes back. Thanks.
Any of you guys have any ideas on topical skin issues? If you do, please go to this page, extremehealthradio.com/187, and post your comment. But I would look into the book that we have in our store called, what is it called? Heal Your Face.
Oh, right.
You want to avoid things that are going to be damaging to your skin, and as well, you want to keep good colon health and good liver health. So you might want to look at detoxifying, doing like an Ejuva cleanse, or you might want to look at doing some sort of colon hydrotherapy or enemas. Right,
because there are just internal terrain issues coming out in a physical or a skin situation.
If you want to look at the Heal Your Face book, it's extremehealthradio.com/wrinkles, and you can look at that. But tiny itchy scalp and skin, yeah, these are all going to be. It's going to take a long time to fix, I would say. But you want to get off any inflammatory foods like gluten. And foods are going to disrupt your digestive.
Or any allergen type, dairy. I mean, there's so many things, eggs.
Wheat.
Oh, the list goes on and on. But you could be tested for those individually as well. It may not be such a dermatologist problem or issue as it is maybe a holistic practitioner of sorts, or I'm not sure.
And at the same time, too, you don't want to be taking, be showering in water that has fluoride and chemicals in it. So you might want to make sure that you get a filter. There's a good filter if you want to look at one that we have. It's Friends of Water.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that in our store as well. But just get a good water filter. And
I this might be beyond the point where you're at, but I have a lot of clients in the hair salon who have patches of really bad eczema and skin problems. And to be honest, the pure coconut oil slathered on those areas has really helped, at least on the scalp.
Oh, really?
And usually if it's, a very treatable, mild case of this stuff, it does help a great amount.
Okay.
But, I'm not sure exactly what's going on with your particular condition, but it's worth a shot.
Yeah. And so then you also want to take that a step further and really take a look at the chemicals you're putting on your face and your skin. So you want to make sure that you don't use any toxic chemicals on your skin, on your face. So we like the Vintage Tradition. Just go to our store, and there's a whole skincare part of our store. The Morocco Method. We haven't tried those ones out yet, so we know from experience if those are good. But from everything we've learned about MoroccoMethod.com, there's some good stuff there. And Living Libations has some good stuff. So you want to make sure that everything you put on your skin topically is going to agree with you and not be filled with chemicals.
You're right.
And then you want to avoid foods that are causing problems, and then start cleaning your gut, cleaning your liver, things like that.
Yeah, a lot of the times it is a big gut issue in play there with skin disorders.
Yeah.
And irritations, I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. A lot of times it's gut and liver, the liver health.
Right.
So what else? That's probably about it. If you're looking for the Morocco Method, you can go to extremehealthradio.com/MM. Stands for Morocco Method, and that will take you there too. So thanks, Audrey. Appreciate that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I got one from Esley Peters. Hi, I was listening to episode 88, and I was interested in checking out two of the products that Stephen mentioned that he was taking. Number one was Aveeno Quart. It was the fertilized 9-day incubated egg that was freeze-dried. What's the actual name of the product, and where is it sold? And number two, the peat moss that he used to remove his mercury toxin. Although he mentioned them, they are not in the episode write-up. Can you help? Wow, I do remember him. Talking about that. Let me go.
Peat moss and Aveeno. What's Aveeno? What?
Aveeno Quart. I'm going to go on to his website. I just went to extremehealthradio.com/whey. And I'm going to look at some of their products, because I know he's got a ton of products, not just the whey protein that we promote, but products by category. Let's do products by alphabetation. Aveeno Quart. There it is. Yeah, AVINOCORT. Aveeno Quart 60 caps.
You found it.
And let's look at that one.
Put a link to that too?
Yeah, I'll put a link to it. Let's see. And the other one was the peat moss, right?
Right.
Let's do a search for peat moss. Is it PEAT?
I think it might be double E. I'm not sure. I know you've used it for organic gardening, a different kind, but I'm not sure how you spell it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they sell the peat moss. Okay, yeah, I don't see that on his website. Man, he has a lot of products.
Can we get to the bottom of that?
Yeah, Aveeno Quart. We'll put a link to this one. Yeah, sorry about that. I wish I knew what product that was.
Is there a place to send an email to him and ask about the peat moss?
Yeah, you could go to his site, extremehealthradio.com/whey, and then you can call their phone number. They got an 888 number on there that you can call, and I'm sure he sells the peat moss.
Okay.
So we'll check that out. And then you have another one, right? Another email?
I do here. Hey, Justin, thanks for your email. I have been diagnosed with hepatitis B with signs of swollen face and weakness sometimes. So it is my desire to seek for recovery through health guide. Thanks, Wisdom.
Signs of swollen face and sometimes hepatitis B. Wow, I'm at a loss for this one. Are you?
Ooh, that might be a send it out to our people and ask for some help there.
Yes, maybe we'll post this on Facebook or something.
Gosh, that's a hard one.
Yeah, hepatitis B, signs of a swollen face and weakness sometimes. Yeah, if you guys have any ideas about this question, please post it as a comment on this page. And if you're listening live, do it in our chat room, and hopefully we can get some help. For Kumi here. Yeah, wisdom. Okay, we have Stella writes in. Justin, I heard this show with unschooling your child, and is it true you guys don't want to send your child to school?
I love Stella.
So true with the bullying of kids, and kids get bullied now. It's so scary. I hated junior high and high school. I couldn't wait to get out of there. My graduation was the happiest day of my life. Now college is much more peaceful. Are you guys planning to homeschool? That would be such a nice and interesting comparison between a school child and a non-school child. And all those children must be vaccinated. So sad what is going on. I really like how you do these shows. You are very mellow.
Oh.
Well, we try to be mellow. Well, that's awesome. Thank you, Stella. It is true.
Mm-hmm.
When we have a child, they're not going to school.
Mm-mm.
Pretty sure about it, right?
We just had a conversation with one of our good friends the other night on the way home from the airport, actually.
Yep.
Talking about school and, kind of putting your money where your mouth is. I mean, the subject came up, and we explained to him some reasons probably why that was going to be the case in the future. And
although if the kid wants to go to school,
sure, that's a whole different issue.
That's a whole different issue. We'll let them do school if they want to do that.
Right.
But in my opinion, school is a complete waste of time. Completely a waste of time. Unless you want to be a heart surgeon, or you want to go to the Air Force, or you want to do these...
Be a mechanical engineer.
Yeah.
Certain things.
Certain specific things. But what you learn in school, from kindergarten through being a senior in high school, you can learn relatively quickly and actually pursue your passions. I think the whole idea of school is completely crazy.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Do you or no?
No, I do. We've talked about this a few times, and it seems even crazier when you realize the people who built our schools are the same people that put into place the prison system.
Nice.
Built our prisons, and they built our schools. There sometimes doesn't seem like a big difference between the two.
Yeah, you walk by a high school, you see all the chain link fences, and you see
everybody rings the bell rung, and everybody comes running.
The barbed wires, forcing kids to stay inside so they don't escape. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, and now some schools have metal detectors, some high schools, inner city stuff. I mean, it's just getting crazy.
It's getting crazy. And to send them, it would be one thing if that's the way it was, and then they went and actually learned things that A, they were going to use, and B, were true.
Right.
But when they're learning lies and they're learning things that they're not going to be able to use, and they're purposely keeping from these kids information that's of what's really going on in the world, what's really going on with money, what's really going on with energetics, how you make money, how you balance your life, how you set goals for yourself.
What's going on with your health, what's going on with the healthcare.
How to take care of yourself.
Right.
All of these things are just not even part of the curriculum.
Right.
And on top of that, there's all this bullying going on, so your kids are interacting with other school kids who are coming from messed up families, and I mean, it's just the whole thing. It's not the way we want to do it. I'm not judging anyone everybody is in charge of making their own decision, but yeah, exactly.
We're not going to choose that route, and unless our child decides that they would like to go, and then I forget, was it Dana Martin or somebody was saying 9 times out of 10, the kids that want to go to school, the parents say, okay, sure, go. And within 2 weeks, they're like, what did I do? I want to be back. Forget
what
this.
What did I get myself into?
Right.
So yeah, that's our opinion about school. I guess we could talk about that. We might do a whole show on that or something. But,
right. I have another one here from Stella too.
Sweet.
I heard a Free For All Friday where you talk how you like coconut water, and I tried it for the first time, and I am in love. About 13 exclamation points. Capitalized, wow, it's so refreshing and nice. I felt so mellow. I then made a smoothie with the coconut meat. I was wondering, does the water and coconut meat have the same benefit as coconut oil with the MCT and lauric acid. Thanks, Stella.
Yeah, we are big fans of coconut products, but a lot of people don't do them, like people like Daniel Vitalis who are in cold winter environments, because really coconuts are made for people to eat who live in like the Polynesian countries and Hawaii and tropical
more
locations.
tropical situation.
But because of the way the world works these days, you can get coconut oil and coconuts anywhere in New York and everywhere. So that's something to consider. But we love coconut products.
What? My coconut plus ice cream?
I know, right?
Oh, Stella, watch out for that.
Yeah, watch out for that one, Stella.
That's a new addiction waiting to happen.
I know, right?
Oh, my goodness.
Does the coconut water and the coconut meat have the same benefits as coconut oil with MC? I'm going to guess no. I have no idea, actually. If you're listening and you know the answer to this, you might want to chime in and let me know via the comments or the chat room. But you know who would know this is Dr. Mary Newport.
Oh.
And we did a show with her, and she's like the coconut oil queen. And she's been doing some great work with people, bringing them back from mental diseases like Alzheimer's and things.
That's right.
But those are very concentrated. So I think it's like extremely, extremely concentrated forms of the coconut oil and things. That's my
MCT.
guess. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Medium chain triglyceride oil. But that's my guess. I'm guessing that, an ounce or two of that's going to be like 30 coconuts worth or something. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, we have another email here from Isabel.
Okay.
Hi, Justin and Kate. I recently found your amazing Extreme Health radio show, and I love listening to you and your guests.
Aww.
Doris Rapp mentions glutathione. You can't take it as a supplement. It doesn't work, but you can take risotrene, Risotrein. Risotrene. And she gives a link, healthy-living.org/HTML/risotrene.html, which is great and helps in the production of glutathione. You know who did the glutathione was Dr. Christopher Shade.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he sells a glutathione that you can take. And he's like the queen or the king of glutathione and detoxification. He's really fascinating.
Glutathione is also the hormone that's raised during, or it stimulated the production during a coffee enema, correct?
Right.
Right, okay.
And so does the One World Whey.
Right.
It stimulates the production of glutathione, which helps the detox. I also take astaxanthin from Nutrex from Hawaii. Great product. We take that.
We love that.
Yeah, that's great. By the way, one of your guests suggested we all need sulfur. Was it Dr. Wong? An amazing guy. Let's see here. I'm the guinea pig. I ordered some, and it is the best. None of the other MSMs I have tried even come close. My nails grow at the speed of light, and are hard as steel. Sounds like a Superman movie. It has to be good for bones, too. The astaxanthin is good for that, too, and kept me from breaking my left front ribs this summer when I tripped and fell really hard on a sidewalk and fell flat on my two hands and left ribs and nothing broke. I was a bit stunned. I've not made a donation yet, but that is coming soon. I will look at your product line to see if there's anything there that I can order. Oh, one last thing. You said Kate has a fibroid the size of a golf ball. 2 things will help her get rid of it. Number 1, castor oil packs over the pelvis area and serapeptase. I take that every day too. www.goodhealthusa.com. Love you both. Perhaps we will meet at a longevity conference. We have a lot in common. You and Kate are on the right track with your radio show. Great shows. Keep it up. Big hug, Isabel.
Oh.
P.S. I found you through the interview you did with Dr. Mark Circus about the biomat, and I ordered one.
What?
Wow. How do you like the biomat, Isabel? I'm sure you love it.
Maggie's laying on it right now as we speak.
I know she loves that thing.
She's out. I've fallen asleep on that so many times in the last couple weeks.
Oh, it's so
gosh.
great.
Wow, Isabel, thank you.
Yeah, so a few things about these things. If you were interested in this biomat, you can go to extremehealthradio.com/biomat, and an incredible, incredible machine. Please take a look at that. And you can also go to our store, extremehealthradio.com/store, and you can listen to our commercial there. You can look at pictures of us with it. You could look at a bunch of other pictures of the biomat, and you can watch a documentary on it that's about 20 minutes long, and you learn a lot about the biomat there. So take a look at that. And
thank you for your suggestion to me. I've heard about the castor oil packs. It's one thing I have not delved into yet. And
yes,
I think that will be my 2014 experiment, because I'm just saying yes to everything right now. So I'm going to say yes to actually making the time and effort going through that to make the castor oil pack happen.
Serapeptase as well.
Serapeptase, interesting.
I've heard of that. I have never taken it, but I've heard about it for many, many years now. Serapeptase. We should look into that.
Great. Thank you so much, Isabel.
GoodHealthUSA.com is where she mentions getting the
I wrote that down.
Serapeptase. And if you're interested in the astaxanthin that we sell, we don't actually sell it. Amazon sells it. If you go to extremehealthradio.com/bioastin, BIOASTIN, I think, you'll be able to be redirected to Amazon and check out the Nutrex Hawaii astaxanthin.
Let's make fun of your mom for a minute. Your Australian mother,
yes,
who has a slight accent to this day,
very slight,
cannot say certain words, and one of them is astaxanthin.
What does she say?
Aztecthin. Aztec, like the Indian, stathin.
No, I think she says Aztecthin.
Aztecthin. Astaxanthin. And we'll say, repeat after us, astaxanthin. Aztecthin.
Isn't that funny?
Oh, your mother.
And we try to get her to say marijuana too.
Marijuana.
She can't say it. Marijuana.
Hey, say Tijuana. Tia. I can't. And then she stops.
Marijuana.
She can't do it. It's so funny. We give her a hard time, but we love her.
Hilarious. She's actually the reason I got into health.
Yeah, she is.
With her lymphoma cancer in 1995.
You're so right.
Okay, here we got another email. Last one from Bartok.
Okay.
Dear Justin, thank you for your good work and great interviews. I like the Bellicon guys. I have an older rebounder and have recently gotten back to it about 15 minutes a day. I wish you could address a problem that I never heard you talk about. I know that many women have a problem with leaking urine while rebounding.
Oh.
Could you address sometime how common this is and if there is anything you can do to help minimize this? Thanks, Lynn.
God.
Oh, Lynn.
Oh, that's Lynn?
Or her email is Bartok. Okay, yeah, so thanks, Lynn. I've never heard of that. Have you?
No.
Leaking urine, maybe?
But it kind of makes sense, to be honest.
I know that it strengthens your pelvic floor, which are the muscles that sit the very bottom of your pelvis that holds all of your lungs and your whole innards in there. And I know that strengthens those muscles to prevent that from happening. But if you already have weak muscles there...
Interesting.
Have you had it happen?
I have not personally had it happen, but I could easily see, to be honest, how that could happen, because there are times when I do feel like a urine release a little when you are doing a sport, or I don't know. I just wasn't sure if it was my fibroid pressing on my bladder.
Oh, right.
Or if just a bunch of women are a little bit looser that way. So I'm not sure. But I know where she's coming from. So that is a really good question.
You know what you could do is you could get the bars. They sell the Bellicon with the bars you can hold on to, which are really handy if you're, need to worry about balance. And what you can do is just the health bounce. Right.
Yeah. Just not a full jump.
Mm-hmm.
The smaller bounce, I agree. I don't feel like, plus, to be honest, I mean, when I'm really jumping on that thing, sometimes that's the one time I do wear a bra. The one that lets my lymphatic system still work.
Oh, from Organics.
From Organics, but it does seem a little bit, not harsh, but a little bit more like everything's really moving. So
right.
I could see how that could definitely make your bladder an issue. So the health bounce, I don't have that as much when I'm, just keeping it mellow, really slow.
Yeah. The health bounce is really, really good because there's two different ways you can use a rebounder. There's actually a ton of different ways, but if you're just going to jump, you can jump where your feet leave the mat. And what that does is all of this stuff is happening all at the same time, no matter how high you leave the mat. But when you leave the mat, it helps to build bone density more than it does cleanse the lymphatic system. So it pulls every muscle of your body and stretches them and pulls it actually off the bone a little bit. And so this strengthens the bone because it helps to pull the muscles off the bone a little bit.
That's a weird concept.
Yeah, NASA used it for rebuilding bone density when the astronauts went to space.
Wow.
But if you do the health bounce, which is primarily focused on cleansing the lymphatic system, you do a really soft bounce and your feet don't even leave the mat. And you just go up and down very slowly and gently. And
you're still getting the same results or effect, I guess.
You're not getting as much of the bone building or the muscle toning, but you're getting, or the circulation and the ability for your lungs to carry oxygen and the aerobic workout, but you're getting your lymphatic system stimulated.
Okay.
And so that would probably allow people that have that, like she said, leak a little bit of urine. It would be a lot softer.
Okay.
And so when you use a Bellicon, you can have a really soft bounce. It's like kind of bouncing on air kind of thing. You know?
I love it.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So those are some things to consider.
Right.
What else? I think it's time for Fun Facts with Kate.
Okay. Please don't play that laugh.
What laugh? You mean this one?
Oh, gosh.
And now join us for Fun Facts with Kate.
Oh, man.
Where you never know what the heck is on her mind or gonna come out of her mouth.
Yep, that one.
That one.
You got to get rid of that.
I'll work on it.
All right. Here's some fun facts about a liver detox.
Okay. Your
liver is like the maid of your body, cleaning up all the toxins you put into it. The liver keeps all internal organs and systems running smoothly. The modern diet, environmental pollutants, and our increasing dependence on toxic personal care products have put our lives in serious overtime. Our livers in serious overtime. Here's some things we can do for our livers. I love our livers. Lemon water.
Great.
A great way to detox your liver every single morning, since it is believed that the liver produces more enzymes in response to water with lemon than any other food.
Wow.
And from my research, I believe that warm water or room temp versus cold water is the better way to go.
Yeah,
in the morning.
Especially coming from Chinese medicine where I believe that your body has to produce a certain amount of heat when you drink cold water. And so it actually does something with the calories, and there's some sort of Chinese medicine tie-in with drinking cold water versus room temperature water, I've heard.
I really like it warm too, like just above, not hot, but warm with lemon squeezed in.
Isn't it good?
So good.
I know.
Cilantro. This versatile herb can be added to just about any dish. Cilantro helps remove heavy metals from the body, something your liver could be struggling with right now.
Oh, okay.
I personally don't think cilantro can be added to just about any dish, but when you are going to have a dish where it goes well, it's an amazing flavor. Plus, you can take, cilantro supplements and things like that.
Hey, what was that?
Chelax?
Yeah, well, let's put a link to that.
Dr. Dandis mentioned a product called Chelax, which is a cilantro garlic type product.
Is that CHELEX?
I think so.
Okay, we'll put a link to that. Yeah, I want to look into that.
Speaking of that, there's garlic. Add some garlic to your cooking or your salad. Garlic contains sulfur compounds that help activate enzymes in the liver and contains allicin and selenium, which are both good for liver protection.
Nice.
And of course, there's beets, which we all know. Beets are one of the most common foods to cleanse the liver, high in antioxidants. Beets have a high number of healthful substances that contain dietary fiber that helps absorb toxins and flush them out of the body. Avocado. Wow. Do you know that one?
I love me
I
some
did
avocados.
not know. I do too, but I didn't know this about the liver connection.
Wow.
A study found that avocados contain compounds that protect the liver from glucosamine, a powerful toxin. Galactosamine.
Okay.
And then turmeric. A powerful spice with a long list of benefits. Turmeric is said to protect the liver from damage, encourage the regeneration of liver cells, and also increases natural bile production and aids in keeping the body toxin-free.
Funny it doesn't talk about coffee enemas on there.
Well,
one of the best things you could do for your liver.
Well, you know how you and I feel about that.
And another great thing you can do for your liver is you could take about half a lemon, squeeze half a lemon, or maybe just a tablespoon or two of lemon, and a tablespoon of pure olive oil. And you mix that together and drink that before bed each night.
A little shot, liver shot we call them.
call them liver shots.
We do love those.
Yeah, we actually haven't been doing those, and we need to get back.
Yes. Starting now.
Starting right now.
Yeah, right now. Right after
this. So those are pretty cool. And wow, good stuff on the liver. And Kate, I just want to let you know, we just got an email from Dwight.
Okay.
And he just purchased a sauna.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Isn't that great?
Thank you, Dwight.
Yeah, you're going to love
this time of year, especially. It's been freezing here. People say we don't have any seasons, and I know Daniel Vitalis doesn't feel too sorry for us, but we've had a cold snap like no other since we got back from Miami.
I know. Yesterday I sat in the sauna for 30 minutes. I watched some documentaries and felt amazing.
Were you watching What the Bleep Do We Know?
No, I was watching, I think, Living Matrix or something like that.
There's some good stuff out there.
Yeah, we have... Yeah. So thank you, Dwight, for your purchase of the sauna.
Great.
That just came in about 5 minutes ago.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really appreciate your support. That means so much to us.
And you will love your sauna.
You're going to love the sauna. Yes.
Maggie Brown loves it. We had to get her out of it the other day.
We had to kick her out, didn't we?
We kicked you out, Maggie. Maggie just jumped up on my lap here.
What's the other fun facts with Kate?
10 Commandments of Mental Health.
Mental health.
Get
your mental straight.
Get your mental straight. So we tell Maggie when she starts acting up.
That's right.
1, think positively. It's actually easier. Did you know that? It's kind of like smiling is actually easier than frowning. It takes more muscles in your face.
Oh, wow. Cool.
2, cherish the ones you love. 3, continue learning as long as you live. That's a good one.
I like that.
4, learn from your mistakes. 5, exercise daily. It enhances your well-being.
Okay.
6, do not complicate your life unnecessarily. Ooh, that's a big one for me.
Yes.
I try to stick away from that, and I'm learning.
Yes.
7, try to understand and encourage those around you. 8, do not give up. Success in life is a marathon. 9, discover and nurture your talents. 10, set goals for yourself and pursue your dreams.
I like it.
So there you go.
Pursue your dreams and unnecessary drama. Get rid of it.
Amen.
Love that.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we're just about done with the show. So I want to thank everybody. And we'll do the final quote at the very, very end. And I want to thank you so much for being on this show. This is extremehealthradio.com/187. So if you have any thoughts or questions, post them in the comments on that page. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook if you want to stay up to date with all of our shows and our guests and our upcoming schedule and inspirational information. You can go to extremehealthradio.com/Facebook, and love to have you a part of the community there. And also, don't forget to sign up to our newsletter series, because we are giving away an incredible ebook by John Barron. And I don't know if you know who John Barron is, but he's been in the health and alternative health world for over 30 years. And he's written a book called Lessons from the Miracle Doctors. It sells for $20 on Amazon. And we were fortunate enough to get a copy of that, and we can send it to you for free if you go to our website, and there should be an opt-in box where you can put your name and email address, and you can put that in there, and we'll send it to you free, and you can read that on your Kindle, your iPad, you can read it on your phone, and all that kind of stuff. And it's 177 pages filled with incredible information about how to detox your body, how to live healthy, how to do these protocols like using oxygen and doing coffee enemas, and how to use baking soda, and all these incredible protocols. And he tells you how to do them all in Lessons from the Miracle Doctors.
Literally, that seemed like miraculous options for people.
Yeah. If you want to just go to extremehealthradio.com/subscribe, there's a video on that page where you can do that, and be a great thing to do. And when you do that, we'll send you an email once a week or so with updates to our show, and you get tons of great stuff. So don't forget to sign up to our newsletter. And if you enjoyed this show, would you do us a favor and send it to your friends on Facebook?
Give it the old thumbs up.
Yeah, give it a like.
Give it a like.
Yeah, we would appreciate that. It would be huge. It would help us so much. We don't have the budget for a marketing person and all these different things that we need to get the show out, so we rely on you guys. So if you enjoyed this show, please pass it on to your friends, Facebook, Twitter, anything like that.
Yes.
And we also accept donations if you guys are interested in sending us $5 or $10. Very, very appreciative, and that helps keep the show free. But if you don't want to do that, we also have a store where you can
order products you've been looking at, and it just helps us, helps you.
Yeah,
helps
all of this
everybody.
stuff basically just enables us to move forward in our lives, producing better shows for you guys and helping you guys more. So that's the real goal of all this, is providing you guys cutting edge information and products to achieve your goals, while at the same time continuing to put together great information that you guys can learn from. So
Yes.
that is our goal. And any support you want to give to us, we are just so humbled and grateful.
Very.
Very, very much so. And so, yeah, that's what we're doing. And I want to thank you, Dwight, for your purchase of the sauna.
Oh, it's a blessing. Thank you.
You're going to love it. You're going to love, love, love the sauna. So we'll ship that out to you on Monday. And I want to thank you guys for joining us. And Kate, I think it's time for the quote.
It's a great quote. You found it, actually.
You ready for the quote? Okay, here we go.
Before we will say goodbye, let's leave you with something to ponder throughout your day. Here's an inspirational quote for this episode.
Here we go.
It's a good one.
This is a good one?
Oh, you found it, and I connected with it.
I like it.
Always pray to have eyes that see the best, a heart that forgives the worst, a mind that forgets the bad, and a soul that never loses faith. How good is that?
It is good.
Always pray to have eyes that see the best, a heart that forgives the worst, a mind that forgets the bad, and a soul that never loses faith.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll catch you on the next episode.
Thank you for listening to this episode.
It's time to go for now, but our mission does not end with this show.
Justin and Kate will be back with another interview packed full of ideas, discoveries, and unique ways to regain your health.
Head on over to extremehealthradio.com/subscribe and instantly download our free gift too that contains cutting-edge strategies to start making healthy lifestyle changes today.
No material on this blog is intended to suggest that you should not seek professional medical care. Always work with qualified medical professionals, even as you educate yourself in the field of live food nutrition and alternative medicine. I'm not a doctor, nor am I offering readers or listeners medical advice of any kind. None of the information offered here should be interpreted as a diagnosis of any disease, nor an attempt to treat or prevent any disease or condition. While information in this